Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's
Let's
fucking go.
bring her back. Finally. Finally, we're getting to talk about this movie. A movie I
Finally.
consider my fave in 2025 to date.
Just jumped right into it already.
Just jump right into it.
Yeah, I don't know about my favorite. I would have to assess what else I watched, but considering there's like if we I'm guessing we'll probably do a top five at the end of the year. Like we're just gonna name five good movies that came out this year.
Yeah. And we'll have our award show. We'll do
But
our thing. We'll dance in our tuxes again, Dave.
yes, yes. But yeah, it was a great time. Again, one of the few movies that gave me a little bit of cringe, a little bit of feels.
Yeah.
So can't go
Yeah.
wrong with that.
And great on the second watch. Even better for me on the second watch because I had again all movies are better for me on the second watch.
It's
'Cause
the
I really,
details. It's the details.
exactly because
Yeah.
you're thinking about it that entire time. You come out of the theater the first time you watch it, and then it's like, oh, what did that mean? And then you go into it looking for these little details, right? And
Yeah,
it just makes it better.
you're taking it in as you go, and then the second watch, okay, you know everything that happens. Now you're looking for the Easter eggs, the hints, pay closer attention to the specific dialogue and things like that. So, and yeah,
Yeah.
this is definitely one of those movies you kind of needed because there's sort of a lot going on. Like there's not, but there is.
So dive in, right? So the movie starts with I guess Andy and Piper, right? Is the brother and sister.
Yeah,
Their father dies in a strange way. I mean, we're gonna spoil the shit out of this movie again, so
it's
if you
been out
ha-
like what, a month or two now.
yeah, if you haven't seen this movie, go watch it. I think it's you can probably rent it or something on a streaming device and then come back and listen to it. But the father passes in the shower, in a strange way. I don't know if he overdosed or what the fuck really happened there. And then they get adopted from this crazy woman, Laura, who right out of the gate, this girl Laura is fucking nuts. I mean, she introduces them. They come to the house and she's got music blaring and it's fucking crazy. And she's got a stuffed dog over there. And she's
Yeah.
trying to scare the kids with the barking.
Yeah,
with the stuff.
she's got a local taxidermist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate, there's some screws loose, right? Like I knew that the second they got there. I'm like, she's a strange one.
But the two kids, Andy's like he's an older teenager,
Mhm.
right? And then you got Piper, who is probably in her early teens,
Like
and
12-ish, I think they said.
yeah, she's 12 and she's blind.
She's blind. Yeah, she's disabled. She can see colors, right? I think
Yeah,
she can see
pick
like
up on
outlines.
shapes.
And,
I think it's
yeah.
outlines and shapes.
Shapes and light.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, she would actually qualify as visually impaired, not full on blind, but
Yeah,
severely impaired.
yeah.
Which I'm guessing everybody heard by now, but she's not an actress. They just threw out a random casting call on like Facebook,
She did fantastic.
looking for someone with either blind or limited vision, and her mom saw that and just shot her shot, and she got the role.
Yeah, she did a great job though.
So,
she was believable. I mean, for someone that doesn't act,
Right.
Yeah.
she did a great job.
Oh,
And,
absolutely.
and you feel the danger with her too, because it plays right in. Right, a lot of the things are out in the open, and she can't
Right.
really see it. Right, which is kind of a cool.
And Laura, the adopted parent, the adopting parent, is kind of taking advantage of that scenario as well.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But before we even get into that, when the movie first starts, you start to see the ritual. Right now, these rituals, I guess
Yeah,
they're on. She's learning from a fucking VHS tape, right?
Shit was probably Betamax.
Yeah. Everything goes wrong with Betamax.
Which I don't know if you guys saw. I went to the page, but I didn't watch it yet. But when it opens up, it flashes the words up. This is not a cult.xyz. That's an actual website with a video on it. I'm assuming it's that full.
Oh,
Not a
okay.
cult video. When I first got it, I was going to send it, and then I figured I'll wait until everybody sees it.
And it's a connection to this movie. It connects to this,
it
like
was-
the marketing to the.
It was made by the brothers.
Okay, okay.
It's a video, like a supplemental video. It's a micro Curse of the Blair Witch.
Gotcha. And these are the brothers who directed Talk to Me.
Yes,
So this
Yes.
is their second
Yeah.
feature.
Was it the Philippou Brothers?
Yeah.
But yeah, not bad for a couple of YouTubers, huh?
Yeah, right.
That and 1,000, 2 for 2.
It's
Listen.
another. It's A24. So
Yeah. Which I think they made the joke when they were shooting Talk to Me And I think there might even been like a behind the scenes shot of them. Like they made a joke saying, "Oh yeah, we're making an A24 movie." This was before the movie got picked up. They were just
Yeah.
making it to make it.
Wow, that's
And
funny.
then A24
Yeah.
ends up picking it up. So the one thing, yeah, I got to get off my chest. And funny enough, I recently rewatched Final Destination 5. And one of the things that really took me out of that is the, Timu Tom Cruise. On a similar note, even on the second watch of this, the whole time I was just waiting for Laura to go, Scott!
Oh yeah.
Like, it was like disturbing how much she looked like Mindy Sterling.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of similarities.
I wanted to kill her, yet I couldn't take her seriously because of that resemblance.
So we're introduced to Ollie as well, who's we first see him, and Ollie, yeah, exactly. He's in the middle of a pool.
With the
He's
cat.
standing there with the
Is
cat.
that with the
It's
cat?
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is he about to do to that cat?
He was getting ready to eat some pussy.
Ollie was creepy too. And I want to get into it with you guys and get your thoughts once we continue on the path of this movie, because I didn't understand where it triggered that dangerous side of him, and I think it might have been when he passed the white line, when he was pulled out, and that fucked up the
ritual.
The ritual, right?
Yeah.
So it really destroyed what they were trying to do.
Another quick trivia thing that I recently learned, and I don't know why I'm obsessed with it because it makes sense. So the kid who played Ollie is the actual son of the guy who played Piper and Andy's dad.
Oh, okay.
So I think the last name's Phillips.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michael Phillips played, not Phelps, Phillips, played the dad from the beginning and possibly allegedly sprinkled throughout the movie a little bit here and there. Yeah.
Stephen Phillips and
Yeah.
Jonah Wren Phillips.
Michael, I think I saw a reference to Michael. I think I might have been a brother or something.
Well, if it was Michael
Yeah.
Phelps, he would have been pissed that there was no water in the fucking pool.
So I mean, even with them, it's like their father. They see their father passing. Andy doesn't even want to try to resuscitate him.
She does, though.
She does.
And that's nasty.
And he keeps reliving that. Yeah, and it's like, is he having a seizure or something? Something's going on there. And then they kind of get into the whole, well, now they're going to be foster kids. Seems like Laura only wants Piper.
Yeah,
But Andy kind of thinks like, well, hey, we're a package. We got to stay together. Andy and Piper have to stay together.
Yeah.
But when you're 18, you could possibly be her legal
Which is
guardian.
3 months, right?
Yeah.
3 months from that time. So
Right, but
he's gotta wait it out.
he's also known to have a background of issues.
They said that the potential adopter was, she had hang-ups with children of troubled pasts.
Yeah.
Right,
Or it
and
was something more specific, and to the point where Piper looks over as much as she can, and she's just like, wait, what's this about? And he was just like, I had a bad moment when I was 8. I guess we have to also address the grapefruit in the room.
Grapefruit. Nice tie in there.
It took like most of the movie for me to connect, like, oh shit, that's their code word for no bullshit.
Yeah, truth.
Yeah.
Grapefruit equals truth.
So
Yeah, but him having a past, part of a troubled past, plays into a lot of factors of the movie too, because he's reaching out to authorities that don't really believe what he's saying too, as we get into the movie. But that's an important piece because obviously they're a group package in this scenario, going to Laura, who already had an adopted child there named Ollie.
was it that, or didn't she say
Allegedly.
her nephew?
Yeah, I thought it was her nephew. Like, because at first I was like, is that Laura's Ollie's aunt?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on here?
And
Yeah,
then
so
later on, they have her
yeah.
watching the home video with her actual nephew, Oliver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
that was the one. Okay, so that originally I thought it was, and then I heard the call out in that video.
Yeah.
And now you start to see her sinister plan, right? What the kids are going to be utilized for.
No, I mean, that's when you kind of get into the whole thing where you learn, well, I originally had a daughter and her name was Kathy. And then you know, as Ollie's in the pool and they're going towards him to say, hey, get out, Ollie, and trying to get him out of the pool. And you see, you know, Kathy's name imprinted into the cement.
Yeah.
And you know, so you know, like, what kind of happened. And she kind of goes through about talking about her drowning in that pool.
Yeah. And then
And it's, you learn real quickly. Actually, you kind of learn in her first, like, 2-3 minutes of screen time, she may have an issue with letting things go.
Yeah.
Because when she first comes in and goes to Piper, oh, would you like to meet my dog?
Yeah.
And she couldn't even let go of the fucking dog. It's all
Exactly.
taxidermied up. But yeah,
And she's barking at Piper with him, like, and she's barking with saying Andy's name. I'm like, oh yeah, she's got multiple screws loose.
she's fucking wackadoo.
She's wackadoo for sure. But but getting back when they were trying to resuscitate the dad right before they got over there, like later on, you see it in a flashback scene, right? And it's like, and I don't know if it was vomit or what it was, that if he overdosed, whatever the hell it was, but
mouth gook.
yeah, and it was just like, and she, again, she's trying to resuscitate her dad, so she doesn't see that, right? And it's like, oh, maybe a little wipe of the mouth first.
Well, if you could see.
Yeah. But
although I guess if she was feeling the face, she would have noticed, like, yeah, Dad's beard's a little slimy.
So then we get to the, now again, this is an adopted mom, Laura, right? They've been there for a few days, right? And then you get to the funeral, right? And this is where it got weird for me too, right? Because obviously Andy does not want to. There's a past there. There's a troubled past, and there's reasons why he doesn't really care too much for him.
And I love how they just sprinkle it in throughout the movie.
Exactly.
Every other scene they give you
it doesn't come
more.
right off the bat.
No.
It doesn't tell you like, oh, I didn't like my dad or anything.
Yeah, makes you think for a while, and then right off the bat, I mean, here she is. She's cutting off his hair, obviously to use for some, in her ritual and what she's planning to do. But then the whole weird thing with like Andy, go see your father, and then that turns into, well, kiss your father, and then kiss your father on the lips. I'm like, what? Like if I was Andy, I'd be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Can you kiss my dad on the lips, and then you go and kiss him on the lips? You don't even fucking know him.
Would you kiss Reagan on the lips?
It's maybe. I'll wipe that gook off though first.
What if the only opportunity was with the slime on her face?
I probably will. Yeah, I probably would. So then she gets home, and here's another thing that's like, red flag. They start fucking drinking. Like they're all doing shots. Piper, I mean, how old is she? Like, what is she, 13?
Yeah, like 12. Yeah.
And they're all fucking drinking, and they're getting shit-faced. And I guess they needed that, and that was her way to try to
release.
Well, try to loosen up the reins a little bit. And hey, I'm your friend, and now I'm gonna have this pathway to do this sinister shit to you guys.
Well, they were all fucked up, and of course Laura's sitting there driving. She's like, "Oh, this is supposed to be a celebration! My God, what do you?" And was kind of going around the horn like, "Well, what do you do to let loose?" And Andy was, I forget the actual word, but basically, I want to get fucked up. She's like, "All right, we'll go get fucked up." So then they go back, and I kind of want to try out that game they were playing, even though it was very basic and all, but maybe just to say, we'll have a game night. We'll play Talk to Me, and then we'll play the numbers game from Bring Her Back. But and then, again, she's talking about, she was a counselor for a long time. Yeah, there was the original bedroom scene where Andy's first getting settled, and he's like texting his buddy saying, "Oh yeah, this Ollie kid's pretty fucking weird." And she comes right in, starts snooping in his shit.
Yeah.
But
and that's fucked up too, man.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm not going to tell you what I'm fucking talking. And then the idiot, come on, dude. You don't want her to see the phone. You're hiding it, and then you go leave it right on your fucking side when you get up for her to grab. I mean,
that was
be
his
smarter,
fault.
Andy.
Yeah, well, that's definitely his fault, but
that's why he woke up that night and he pissed himself.
Oh, she fucks with him there, dude, man. Like the whole and what she's doing is she's trying throughout the movie. She's trying to put a wedge between the relationship of Piper and Andy.
Oh, this is hardcore gaslighting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, listen, the woman is fucking taking a cup and pissing in a cup and then pouring it on his fucking crotch every night. Thinking that this dude is like.
Well, at first you didn't know. Like, did he really wet his pants? Does he have a history of wetting his pants? Does he get nervous or something?
Yeah, because they were drinking all night.
He's got some, he's got a lot of, he's plagued by memories and shit, so he's got his own issues he's dealing with.
Yeah, they were drinking all night, and he woke up, and his pants were wet. Like in that moment, it's all right, shit happens.
I think that was the night that they were getting shit faced, and then you see her go in, and she pisses into the cup.
Yeah,
and then she goes in and dumps it on him.
Yeah, but it was, that's fucked up, man. That's a fucked up thing to do, and. Continuing on with the things that she does to separate, dude, that fucking punch to Piper's face, man, the sound effect, like that came out of nowhere. Like I literally was like my jaw dropped even a second time when I watched it because she just walks in the room, she's standing there, and then you glance up and she just takes her face and just like fucking nails her in the fucking eye and then exits stage left.
That was shot so perfectly that it was a borderline jump scare.
It was.
But
Exactly.
she was just looking over her, and then bah!
Oh, right in the fucking eye, man. That poor girl.
Oh, it's in my eye.
Fuck.
But yeah, she
And
she
throughout the
fucked with
beginning,
him so hard.
Yeah.
and throughout the beginning, they're like,
I fuck with you so hard.
leave Ollie locked in his room. Like, don't let him out either.
Yeah.
Right. So all this other shit's going on with Piper and Andy, and then you have to attend to Ollie and what's going on with Ollie.
So talk to us a little bit, Danny, see about what's going on with Ollie, right? Ollie's a creepy kid, man. He's got some scenes in this fucking movie.
Well, I think they had him locked up in a room that he's just, all right, well, I'm just going to make my way out at this point, because he doesn't talk, he doesn't speak.
He's selectively mute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something's going on here. He punches while nobody's home. I think it was it during the funeral or?
Oh,
yeah, it was
the fly.
It was it punches the fly. Then he punches his way through the window.
Well, the bitch don't feed him.
Yeah, and he makes his way to like a green room or something that's outside or some type of shed.
Oh yeah, we got some fun shit going on in that shed.
So he's trying to get into the shed itself. There's the pool, and she's, seeing what's going on, but also she's paying attention to the weather and the upcoming weather, because the pool's empty. It's not full. And when you originally find Oliver, he's in the middle of the pool, empty, with the cat.
So let me ask this question. Was he trying to get in the shed because that was always part of the ritual? And we'll get into that, but he has to consume.
Well, that was part of it. Yeah.
And then spit it back into
someone. It was kind of, I mean, before we get into that, because that comes later on down the line, what the hell's going on? That's when you start piecing a lot of this together. Exactly. But originally you're like, why is he going to the shed? What's in the shed? We have no idea what's going on and what's in the shed.
Yeah.
Other than knowing that he wants to get in there, but he also needs to eat. So when they get back from the funeral and he's already busted through the window, they don't see it. Andy and Piper don't even see any of that. She kind of cleans it up and hey, let's start drinking, And then after they're shit-faced, then she kind of attends to Oliver to say, trying to clean him up and everything. Like, it's almost time to eat. It's almost time to eat. Like,
yeah. And she lies about like Oliver. I guess she's explaining what her true nephew Oliver looked like, right? She lies about the hair. She lies about So, and Andy picks up on that, obviously. I mean, Piper doesn't know that, but Andy said, why are you even fucking lying about the kid's got red curly hair? He's fucking got a buzz cut. And
then you got the whole moral dilemma that I still don't know where I stand on this. Like, I'm right on the edge, because again, Andy and Piper have their little grapefruit thing, and every grapefruit Andy throws out there is fucking bullshit, or at least omissions were made. So even as simple as like when Ollie's introduced, she's just like, oh, what does he look like? And oh, he looks nice. He's smiling at you. Yeah. And just with that deadpan, like, and then right away, fucking Lauren picks up on it, and she's like, oh, what's he look like? And that's when she's like, oh yeah, like curly red hair. And same thing at the funeral. She was snooping, and Piper was asking, like, oh, how does he look? Oh, he looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, and then Laura turns around and is like, yeah, motherfucker, you didn't look at him.
Oh yeah, she's always calling out every opportunity she gets to degrade Andy.
Well, she had to go get a piece of his hair too, right? As part of the ritual as well.
So nice segue there from let's keep with the fruit theme. So segue from grapefruit to cantaloupe here.
I sliced up some cantaloupe.
And holy shit, this is the first scene. I always talk. You heard me say, like, there's a couple of scenes here that I struggled to keep my eyes on it, and so this is the first scene. So obviously they go shopping, right? She takes Piper out. They're going out for the day, just girls' day out and everything. And Andy's just like, he doesn't know what the fuck's going on with Ollie. So he's like, dude, are you hungry? Can I help you out? Why are you locked in your fucking room? Like, so
he's out his Swiss Army butter knife.
Yeah, he's just trying to kind of, hey, you're almost like a little bit of a stepbrother. Let me help you out a little bit. And now you get the scene in the kitchen, and he's cutting up cantaloupe, and Ollie's got to work for the cantaloupe, right? So he's got to write some shit down because he wants to interact. Obviously, he's selectively mute.
Yeah, and that was a great like human moment. He's just like, all right, you don't talk. You could write, huh?
Yeah.
Hands on the notepad. I mean, he was. I would say more counts as like tough love, but yeah, he was being a little bit of a dick. But it was like, look, hey, you're hungry? Here, I'll give you some food. Just communicate.
And this leads us to the first fucking scene that is, holy shit, here we go. And listen, these brothers, this director, they've done it and talked to me, right? A lot of self-mutilation, a lot of and now, come on, Andy, don't give him the entire fucking blade with the cantaloupe piece at the end.
It's like, here's the knife.
Yeah.
Just eat off the end. I'm going to turn my head.
Yeah.
And
take it off the fucking knife and give him the fucking cantaloupe.
I mean, he did. Yeah, he should have taken it off, but he did resist initially. Because when he put it out for him to grab the cantaloupe, because, he didn't want to pass on his germs or anything.
Blade.
Yeah, he grabs the blade and he goes, oh, no, just grab the fruit. Just grab the fruit. And when he saw he was being resistant, he was just like, all right, whatever, fuck it.
But knowing he's doing now, how could you turn? I mean, again, it's a little far-fetched, but now we get Andy's back, right? And we know that Ollie's got the blade, and you start hearing the fucking sound effect now. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And now you turn to it, and this kid's got the fucking half the blade in his mouth, and he's fucking chomping on it, man. And he's cutting up his fucking gums up to his nose, man. It's like he was giving himself a cleft lip.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that.
And this is all going on while Piper and Laura are not even home.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then at that point, like, part of me was thinking, you know what? He should have just pulled it out of his hand and slicing his hand, as opposed to now he's playing tug of war with the kid's fucking mouth.
With the kid's mouth, right?
And you just see them, they slowly just.
I have a thing with mouth and teeth trauma, and that's why.
You turned your head?
That's why this movie got to me, because the two scenes dealt with it. Right, and that was that was a great scene. That was a great scene, man. That was visceral. It was fucking raw, man. And that's your introduction to, like, oh yeah, there's some crazy shit about to go down. And from that point on, this movie just goes. And it just fucking hits to 10.
And that was the kickoff to the whole, like, when Sam was asking us, she's like, oh, is it more gory than Terrifier? Well, no. But it's realistically gory.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said,
and these guys do it well.
It hits differently.
Amen. Absolutely.
It does over the top, a borderline comical.
You know what you're going to get there's
a
difference between a comedic splatterfest.
Exactly.
And this is Terrifier has a lot of comedic elements, right?
This is played serious.
This is a serious movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We got serious scenarios going on. You got the loss of a loved one. Laura has lost her child. You have two kids that just lost their father. They're going into a new home. There's some weird shit going on. There's this weird kid that is mute, has no idea. You have no idea what his role's playing here. So you're learning all the steps as you go through. Like, okay, you got hit with the ritual in the beginning. You know that this girl that Laura's lost child, Kathy, who she lost to a drowning. All right, so now these things are starting to pick up here, and it's just like something ain't right. And you see a white circle on like a 1 mile radius around the perimeter of the house, or at least the 1 acre perimeter. So now it's like, oh well, that was in the ritual. This is now you can see the picture from a drone's view of the house surrounded by this white ring, and now Andy's freaking out because nobody's home. He can drive, so now he's trying to get Ollie to go to get to the hospital.
Yeah, and I genuinely believe too, whether what direction was given for it, I don't know, but he definitely looked more as like a concerned sibling, like, fuck, we got to get you to the hospital, as opposed to, oh shit, we got to fix you up before they find out. Like he in that less than 5 minutes of interaction.
And this is where the movie kicks off.
It still felt like he gave a shit about this kid that he barely knows.
Yeah, so as he's trying to drag the kid is even fighting him, right? Because I guess the kid knows I can't, whatever reason, I can't go past this line, but he drags him past that line.
And then starts convulsing.
He just starts convulsing, right? He just, like, you see things going on in his stomach. It looks like the alien's going to fucking burst out.
Yeah.
And
then Lauren and Piper come pulling up. And
they come home, and then, and she knows, right? Because, so now she's got to go back to her tutorial on ritual to bring someone.
And I love that.
Go watch a VHS tape. What do I do if this? Let me troubleshoot this shit.
Her analog YouTube.
Yeah. So now Ollie changes, right? So that was the thing. Like now he starts to look like a little fucking creature, basically. Like his stomach gets distended, his ribs, protrude. Like he starts getting his colors change. Like his eyes.
He's coming out of it too, right? So he's just like, where am I? What's going on? And that's where she tries to recreate the ritual over again for him for that part.
With the circle,
by
right? The circle
mid-movie,
on the forehead.
he becomes this.
So the circle on the forehead, like, is that controlling? Does that calm things? Does that like I'm trying to figure out what that's doing, because it seems to calm them down.
So apparently, yes, circles.
Circle of trust.
Because she essentially summoned this. I still say demon. Later in the movie, Laura says, "Oh, it's an angel."
Mm-hmm.
But whatever entity that this ritual summons has gone into this child.
Yeah.
And then the whole point of that is for, again, the child to eventually consume the recently deceased and all. So circles have something to do with keeping that at bay. So when he broke the line in the driveway, that was, I don't know if it was killing the entity, but it was definitely, like Danny said earlier, it disrupts the ritual enough that it was fucking with that thing.
Yeah.
And if he stays out of that long enough, it will be essentially exorcised from that host body. That's why at the tail end, like that very end of that scene in the driveway, and he looked over and he was like, "Help me." Like,
Would you
that was
liken
the
it
kid coming through?
Would you liken it to, like, a seance that you leave early on, or a Ouija board thing that you shut down, you don't shut it down properly? Is it something like that to where...
It's similar to, only Laura did it intentionally.
Yeah.
Like, she put this thing into this other child for the sole purpose of he's going to transfer her dead daughter's spirit into a new host body.
Which is Piper.
Yes.
Which is Piper. So.
Which the other thing too, Kathy, she said she had vision issues as well, right?
Yeah, she was blind. She was blind. So,
which I guess is why she curated herself another blind girl.
But then you get to the other tough self-mutilation scene, and this one hit equally. Right?
Yeah.
So,
and I guess we'll just go with the quick description of, again, with the ritual, it's this thing goes into a body, and then eventually it feasts on the deceased and consumes their soul, whatever the fuck it is, and then eventually regurgitates it into the new host body. There's other criteria before this happens. So basically, she's not feeding Ollie, and all Ollie wants to do is fucking eat. Thus, hey, a knife looks just as good as anything else. So yeah, now we fast forward to Ollie gets left to his devices for 5 minutes, and he ends up destroying the house. Then he starts chomping on like a half gallon of milk or something.
Yeah.
And then when Mark comes back, she's like, "Oh, what the fuck?" And then he's like, "Oh yeah, hold my beer. I'm gonna have a little fiber right now."
Oh God! So he starts biting on this wooden table, and he's biting.
Was it a table or a countertop?
Or a countertop? Yeah. And as he's biting on it, man, you're watching his teeth just fracture and crack and break, and he starts to like really dig in, and he's biting up, the shards of wood, and he's chewing them, and it's like, similar like the Evil Dead Rise, right? Biting a light bulb and chewing that down a little bit. And that's something you're supposed to fucking chew. But that was tough for me to watch. So those two scenes was like in the theater, even last night, just like giving one of those, man. It was cringeworthy.
But it was well done.
Oh, it was so realistic. Realistic.
And I also found, I think it was in the IMDb trivia, so that was real. Apparently they gave him a piece of balsa wood and was like, "Go ahead, kid, enjoy."
Really?
Because I guess a lot of people were talking shit like, those were graphic scenes. This poor kid's probably going to be traumatized. And apparently he was calling for more blood. Apparently he did the ADR of fiddling with a butter knife in his mouth to get the sound effects for the cantaloupe scene. Apparently this kid was having a fucking blast and was like,
good for him,
let's make it more fucked up. Come on, let's do it. So, I mean, that is comforting to know. But yeah, they said it
was super soft, custom-made balsa wood laced with chocolate.
Yeah, okay.
And so he was technically he was chewing a piece of wood. Then I guess they had the fake teeth in, because just they sold that between
the pressure, you can see the bite force, right? And as the teeth are cracking it, like, dude, man, those two scenes, I mean, bravo.
Yeah,
bravo.
His performance and the way they shot and cut that scene, it just looks fucking real. And knowing that it was practical, like it just hits even harder.
Yeah, it definitely hits.
Like if they CG'd that, I think it would have been very obvious.
Yeah.
So, but they, yeah, Laura comes over like, hey kid, knock it off. So he was just like, ooh, there's an arm.
Yeah. And oh God, yeah.
So he starts fucking chomping on her arm with his already like just sharpened, fractured teeth.
Yeah, he's Nosferatu now, basically.
Yeah.
He looks like Nosferatu. He's got the, he's Barlow from fucking Salem's Lot. But now, no, and then he starts like he's consuming himself, man. He starts to bite on his arm, and again, bravo.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Bravo with the string cheese. This Evil Dead Rise. I'm gonna speak directly to you now, with your fucking cheese grater.
Are they in the chat?
I don't know if they are, but with Evil Dead Rise, we all, like the cheese grater, right? We all wanted to see more, right? This was what we wanted to see. This was this type of outcome, because he bites into his arm and he
starts pulling. He starts
pulling, and he peels a slice of his arm. It's like beef jerky. And he's just
it was
pulling
more
it
graphic, I think, that part, even than some of the knife biting.
Yeah,
and I was just like, oh fuck. I mean, they took it to another level, and it's just like, all right, this is a very demonic kid right now that's going through the motions of his of what he's been summoned to do.
Little OG Evil Dead, right? Where she's biting her hand to kind of get the knife. But yeah, that peel, man, was chef's kiss, man. That was fucking graphic.
It was pretty intense at that moment.
It was,
and that's what I was saying before with with the Sam conversation of, I've been a picker and a biter my whole life, and I'm pretty sure if I watch that scene enough times, it's like, because that's like I don't care who you are, I don't know one person that exists that does not cringe from hangnail references.
Oh, yeah.
And this was, it wasn't a hangnail, but still.
Black Swan. Like, remember Black Swan?
Oh,
did you see that?
And again, it's no more graphic than a Terrifier movie, but you feel that.
Yeah. It's just done. It's played serious. It's done. I mean, you can't compare the gore in the Terrifier movie to this. It's just completely different animals.
They're both great in very different ways.
Very different ways. But now Ollie's an aggressive little fucker. Yeah. Right now he's like I'm coming. He's looking to chomp on anybody he can. I need to get this shit out of me and to someone else, so I'm ready to consume.
Well, yeah. I think they even said there is somewhat of a time limit to it all.
Yeah, because now you start to understand, all right, he needs to devour the one who, somewhat eat the one that had passed away. Yeah.
He needs to feed.
And then you have to recreate the death of the one
deceased.
You're looking to, the deceased. So she's trying to utilize Piper in that instance. And then you're going to have Ollie kind of transform that back into Piper.
Yeah.
Right. And so you learn a lot of this during her rewatching the ritual, taking up on certain keywords, and like, okay, so now now you understand what's going on. And and by the way, you have to deal with Andy's bullshit at the same time, where he's trying to get involved and he knows something's not right. Something's really weird here.
He even saw them earlier where she was like taking Ollie to the shed. So now he's determined, like, all right, what the fuck's going on in there?
So he goes back to Wendy, who I guess child services, right? The adopted.
They established early on, Andy has hang-ups with showers. And he finally breaks to take a shower, and then all of a sudden Dad pops up. So he slips and falls, bangs his head. So that's what it was. He ends up over at the fucking hospital. And then when he left there, because I didn't catch it the first time, I did hear about it afterwards, but I didn't notice the subtlety when she comes to visit him at the hospital, was just saying like, oh yeah, well, I know that, you're upset with showers because that's where your dad died. I killed him. And Andy was like, what? And she was just like, well, because your dad died in the shower. We know that. Like that little fucking, like casual, that little extra fuck you of gaslighting. And like I saw him react when I saw it in the theater, but it was just, well, I know she's just like talking at that point, not to trust anything that comes out of her mouth. And then when I was listening to other reviews and stuff immediately after, they all reference that. So when I watched it again the other night, it was like that's why I missed it. She's just slid it in there.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, your dad died in the shower. I killed him, and you just have hang-ups about that. And it was like, you this fucking bitch. So yeah, that's why she ends up he ends up shooting over to Wendy like, did you vet this bitch? Because she ain't right.
Yeah, but at the same time, you also figure out what his hang up is with his dad. And he was abused. He was abused a lot growing up. And apparently a lot of it had to do with the shower.
Yeah, he would do it in the shower and crank it up, I guess, to kind of drown out the noise. Kind of how Lauren was doing when she was fucking with Ollie. That's why she always had the music cranked.
Right.
You remember that scene where Ollie was in the bathtub and the mirror cracks and she sees like that?
It's like devil
type, like, almost like Insidious type creature
like
that's sitting there.
It was that was pretty done. Like those moments were pretty well. Those moments.
Yeah,
are pretty
again,
well
they kept
done.
it subtle.
Yeah,
noticeable,
exactly.
but they didn't just be like, "Ugh."
That's what makes a great horror. That's why both their movies, man, is the subtleness of the things that they do, and anytime you're throwing self-mutilation into it. But this is the time where Andy's now going to try to get Wendy to help, right? He wants someone to come out and say, listen, some shit is going on here. This is not fucking right. You need to come out here.
I forgot, I guess to tie in a few things coming up to this, when the cantaloupe scene, when he told him, you got to start writing, and then when that whole episode was done, he goes to the notebook and it just says bird.
He wrote bird,
and there's of course the whole world's like, the fuck is there a bird that's possessing him? Like, what the hell is going on? So now fast forward, he goes to see Wendy, and when he's in the waiting room, he's looking, and you got the bulletin board with like ads and missing children and all this shit.
And there's Ollie,
and there's a hairy Ollie. And I'm drawing a blank. What was the kid's first name?
Connor?
Yeah, Connor
Bird.
Connor Bird.
So
Connor Bird,
he grabs that. So when he goes in to see Wendy, he was like, this fucking kid is the weirdo at Laura's house.
Yeah. And then Wendy also has ties to Laura because they used to work together, right?
She was a well-respected counselor. Yeah.
She was a counselor through that agency. And that's why a lot of things that she doesn't want to believe, because Laura, we know Laura, she wouldn't do this. She's well-respected counselor through us, so.
And she almost got away with it because when Wendy comes there, again, Wendy goes out, she confronts Laura. Andy goes out and starts snooping around trying to get back into that shed to show Wendy what's really happening there, right? And she almost gets away with it. She plays it off well. It's the blood from the bite, blood that she wipes on. She's like, are you bleeding? And that just spirals Laura to kind of just like vomit out everything that's going on and what she's attempting to do.
Well, Laura's trying to clean up. Yeah, you're thinking, oh my God, she's going to get away. Like every time like something happens, Laura gets away with it. And now she's trying to clean up the mess at Oliver after he got done destroying the house, the refrigerator, biting the wood on the countertop.
So as they're headed back to the house.
And the pool is still filling up with all this rain.
Yeah. So Andy finally decides to come 100% grapefruit with Piper. So he calls her, goes to voicemail. Oh yeah, because she was at her blind soccer game.
Yeah.
At the rec center. But so he calls, it goes to voicemail, and he explains, like, yeah, I had a family, you came into the family, my dad married your mom, and immediately my dad was gravitated towards you. He was always abusing me. I think that's when he exposed.
Felt abandoned.
The whole shower connection. He said when he was 8 years old, his resentment got to the point where he's like, yeah, I fucking hit you. And I immediately regretted it, and I dedicated my life to making up to that moment.
Yeah.
And then, explains like you're in trouble. That bitch crazy. She's gonna hurt you in some way. And I just thought it was like a nice touching thing. Like he came clean. I mean, he's fucking hysterical the whole time.
Yeah.
Like he's breaking up. Like you could tell finally he's being full.
And he's saying this in front of Wendy during the drive over. So Wendy's hearing all this as well.
And then just as he's about to hang up, Wendy's, so you find out that Laura's listening.
She's listening in.
To the message. And right when he's ready to hang up, Wendy's like, well, we'll be there in a little bit and we'll get to the bottom of all this. Click.
Yeah. So if that didn't happen, Laura's never setting up the house, trying to clean the house. So she would have been definitely.
So she gets Piper's phone, and that's the message comes through and hears everything.
Yeah.
And wow, that was the fastest clean job. I mean, he destroyed that kitchen.
I mean, how far away were they?
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously,
that was
they were already on the road.
Right.
She used Windex for everything too. Windex cleaned everything.
Yeah. And I'm curious to say, like, I wonder if she bondoed the countertop, Fix that.
You're right.
Like, you didn't
Left
see
it.
how far.
So,
But
but he does get Wendy. Once Wendy escapes the grasp of Laura, right, she knows,
no,
okay, something's wrong because Laura's just spilling her guts now of what she wants to do, her plan to bring her daughter back.
well, I think Wendy gets there, goes in, and Andy is still in the car. Wendy's like, all right, I need to come through. I need to come see what's going on. I got to do this. And she's like, oh yeah, come on in. At this time, Andy jets for the shed.
Yeah.
And then finally gets in.
Yeah. He takes the top, like, I don't know, rock or something, and he breaks the lock and he gets in. And Ollie's in there, right? Is Ollie?
yeah, he already. I think. Oh yeah, because no, she eventually took him there.
Yeah.
To start. Because the time was coming, so she locked him in there to start.
Right.
So
what's in the shed is Laura's daughter Kathy in a fucking freezer.
Right.
That's on ice. That's been on ice.
No, it was just me.
Yeah, well, to her it was me, but it's her deteriorating daughter that's on ice, and Ollie's job now is to consume this body, right? Because to consume it is to barf it back up into fucking Piper and Kathy's back.
Yeah, so Piper's doing her thing. She thinks Andy is not around.
Yeah.
So she started the ritual really to start engaging into the last piece of it.
Yeah. Was that the window thing with the blood where she's wiping the...
Yeah.
Remember that scene?
And again, this was something about circles, like, focuses...
Calms them. Yeah.
This entity that's in them.
Yeah. Yeah. So now Wendy sees this. She sees what's happening. She sees the daughter. So like, holy fuck. So they're trying to get... And then you get jump scare number 2.
So they're trying to get away. Wendy and Andy are trying to get in a car to get away, and now Laura knows she's fucked at this point.
Yeah. And here comes Laura in her car and just fucking nails them both.
I said, holy shit.
Yeah.
Because you weren't expecting it out of nowhere, but I was like, holy fuck.
No, it's like Final Destination bus scene, right?
Yeah.
It's just like it comes out of nowhere.
Wendy's done.
Oh, she just gets all fucking bendy and all fucking... And it clips, obviously, Andy, right?
Yeah.
Who's severely injured. And basically, Laura knows that, Wendy is basically a meat fucking pie now. And she sees Andy laying in a puddle. All she does is slowly turn him over, press his face down.
No theatrics or nothing.
No,
like,
just
you're already
drowns
busted.
him. Yeah, drowns him in the puddle.
And it felt like one of those, like the first time I saw it, it kind of felt like a fake out. Like, oh, she thinks he's drowned, but of course he's going to come back and save the day.
That's what I thought too.
These brothers didn't fuck around. They're like, yep, we're going to kill him right now.
Yeah, and that's tough too, because you don't think that you want the happy ending. You want the, but again, with these guys, they're 2 movies. You're not getting happy endings. Yeah. And now it's just, again, now poor Piper has to really
so she comes in and
battle for her life because she's got Ollie. She's got an aggressive Ollie hunting her ass down too. It's like, I'm ready to go. This shit needs to release out of me.
She gets Piper and ends up bringing her back, right?
Yeah.
And that was a nice little fake out, kind of leaning into the, wait, is he really dead? Because Piper comes in the house and she hears Andy calling her upstairs. So she goes up there and she reaches out and she starts feeling, and she can feel like, the baldness, and Lard catches her and she's like, oh, no, that's not Andy. Andy's downstairs. She's like, oh, but I heard him up here. No, he's downstairs. And here you find out it's Ollie using Andy's voice. So I'm assuming that means she probably fed him like a little piece of DNA, because that seems to be the thing. If you consume any kind of DNA of a deceased person.
You can mimic.
Yeah. So, and that's why when she fed Ollie Dad's hair, the next scene, he shows up in the shower. So but yeah, she so she goes downstairs and she was like, she's like, well, who was that? And she was like, oh, that was Oliver. Yeah. And she's like, and saying like, what does he look like again? And mention like, curly red hair. But she just felt the side of his head. So that was finally the first time she's like, fuck,
you're lying to me. Something's wrong here.
Andy's been right all this time.
Yeah. So now she's trying to skip. And even before we get to that, the one that, kudos on that black and white VHS tape that she's, the, rituals for dummies tape that she has, because that when they show the person consuming, right, the other person, that's pretty graphic, right? That was a cool scene when you're seeing, consuming, spitting into the other girl, and the girl wakes up, and hey, the ritual works. She's back, right? She's
not only that, it had that VHS effect.
Yeah, it had
that recording, that gritty.
Yes. So that
it was like a snuff film.
Exactly. I wanted to make sure I got that in too.
It was a slightly less hot version of August Underground. But it's and that was another aspect of it, like how they really sold that. Yeah, this old VHS tape that she probably acquired on the black market or some shit.
Yeah,
on the dark web. But yeah, that
Piper
tape looked real.
It looked real. I didn't understand the whole hanging. They were hanging people in it too. So I was.
Well, that was how that person died. The deceased died in that scenario by a hanging. So that's why they had to recreate the hanging.
I gotcha. Yeah. So now Piper gets away. Right? She gets out of the clutches of Ollie.
Yeah, she finds Andy again.
She finds Andy. She knows what happens to happen to Andy now, and and then she gets away from the house, right? And she stumbles into the road. There's a car coming, obviously. So and now you have Laura, and her ritual is all fucked up now. Like everything has gone wrong.
Well, she does catch her. She takes her out to the pool to recreate the ground.
Right. Yeah.
To give away what's about to come. Yeah, there's that scene earlier on where she's talking to Piper and she's like, "Oh yeah, your brother tells me like when he's 18, he was gonna, he was gonna adopt you." And she was like, "Oh yeah," and she's like, "Oh, wouldn't you want to stay with me?" And she's just like, "Well, no, we already had plans to like get our own place." And things like that. And then somewhere in that conversation, she was just like, "Oh, Laura," and blah blah. And she's like, "Oh, you could call me mom if you want." And she's like, "Well, maybe someday. Like it's too soon. I'm not going to."
Right.
So she gets Piper, takes her out to the pool, and finally is ready to get this ritual going by drowning her. And it was another case of it felt like it was like she was going to do it. She had her down there long enough. It was like, wow, she's going to pull this whole fucking thing off.
And Ollie's there ready to go too.
Yeah, and so he finishes up his snack. He comes out. I noticed it on the first watch. When I watched it the other night, it fucked with me. But yeah, he comes walking around the pool. You could tell he was well fed. He comes down into the pool, and then finally she brings Piper up just long enough.
He looked like he was pregnant, didn't he?
Oh yeah, his stomach was so distended. It was,
in a sense, he was pregnant.
He was carrying around the juices.
But yeah, parts. Piper's head comes up just long enough that she's just like, "Mommy," and that just fucked Laura up. So she was like, "Oh my god," because that's all she said. She wanted to hear Kathy call her mom one more time.
Well, so was that in Kathy's voice? I thought it was. That's why it was
think
different.
Of it that way. It could.
And that's what crippled her.
And that's what Rahal is just like. I don't know if she heard. Like I only watched it one time, and that was one of the things I wanted to go back.
I think she heard Kathy's voice.
She heard Kathy's voice.
Yeah,
but it was really
Piper's. Yeah, because she was here. Because Piper, there was no way anything. Right. She wasn't possessed. There was no way she was going to mimic the voice.
Correct.
Right. So it was what Laura was hearing.
Yeah. So either she heard it, or maybe Ollie translated the voice.
Or projected it to Piper, right? Yeah.
So I didn't think about that. Now I want to go back and listen to see if they, whatever the logistics were for that to actually have happened in universe. I am curious now if it came off as Kathy's
because
voice.
you did catch the I think when Laura had a playback from the video. It was about like Kathy's birthday, right? Or some birthday. It was some party or something by the pool, and everybody's all happy, and you're hearing her voice, and that's where I kind of connected the two. Like that I heard that voice again.
Yeah.
And that's when it hit. That's when it hit Laura effectively, to where she kind of just gave up and cracked.
Yeah. And it just happened to wiggle her loose long enough that, okay, JC, what happens next? Piper gets out of the pool, and then
then Ollie goes after her.
And she went down that road.
Yeah, but did she escape Ollie after that, or because I know Ollie eventually just regurgitated all that shit out, and it just came out on the floor, right? There was that you missed the opportunity to transfer it, right?
Well, at that point, did he Did he break the circle? I forget already.
When she jetted, he ended up breaking the circle.
Oh, he did break the circle.
Yeah,
I didn't know
and
if time was up and he had to purge at that point, or if it was.
From what I remember, he broke the circle at that
Okay.
point.
Yeah.
And that was
There was
he
no
out
coming
there.
back at that point, and Laura was just, you know,
Now the sequel's-
sombering. She was sombering in the pool with everything going on, and she cracked
Yeah.
at that point.
So Piper gets away. She gets picked up, right? And then basically,
authorities
yeah, and the authorities come. And that's a cool scene too, because at the end, you're just really seeing Laura, who's just, you know, spooning, basically coddling with her dead daughter in the middle of the pool, and the flashlights from the authorities that are coming into the pool, shining it on them as they're just, you know, Laura's gone, and they're just, the two of them are just kind of floating there. It's a tragic fucking story, dude. It's,
Oh, yeah.
When you think about it, this is a tragic.
I've heard theories go both ways. I'm absolutely fine with both of them. So was this more of she was going to cuddle with her daughter one last time and then the cops just take her and whisk her away? Or because when she went into the shed, she opened up the
picks her
freezer
up.
and she starts biting at her fucking wrist that Ollie chewed into. So was this kind of like she's just ripping that open and she's going to go die in the pool? Or was this just having a moment before the cops took her away?
Yeah,
I don't know where I stand on that.
I think it was more of the moment. Like, I'm dead meat now. I
Yeah.
know I'm going away, and
I'm
this
gonna
is
try to
never-
do anything.
So
see
she
if it
goes
works.
to the shed. She picks up her body, and she takes her body back to the pool to figure out. She's so messed up at this
Spoons her
point.
frozen dead daughter.
Yeah, she doesn't. I mean, she's chewing. Maybe she's thinking she can do something with it because everything is fucked now. Everything. So I agree. She's just really. I'm giving up. I'm just gonna hold my dead daughter and.
Piper's already
fail.
gotten away. She
Yeah.
gets picked up by people that, you know, she makes it to get help, and then Ollie's already passed there, and he's convulsing and doing all
Yeah.
that stuff,
Yeah.
and then
Now-
he gets picked up. Yeah.
He's
coming
coming
out.
He's
They're
coming
like,
out of it.
what's your name? The authorities are asking, what's your name and everything. I'm
Connor
Connor Bird.
So again, I guess he's okay. Well, you know, he's going to need a lot of fucking reconstructive surgeries, you know, on his mouth and his arm and everything. But
He's
Connor's-
alive and himself.
He's alive in himself, right?
Everything else is.
Yeah,
we need
and
Joe
yeah,
for the.
he's gonna-
He's okay now.
Yeah, he's got some tough battles to face in the near term here. I mean, in the long term as well. He's going to have some demons that he's going to wrestle with for the rest of his life. But
And I kind of want to see a follow up.
what happens to Connor?
Well, where. Yeah, obviously, yeah, to see the therapy and the shit he goes through. And it's weird because that's not typically something I want to see. They're like, oh, well, I wonder how his recovery happened. I normally don't give a shit, but in this one, not only do I want to see that, I almost want to see him and Piper get adopted by the same family and them help each other heal.
Yeah, yeah. And you know,
I
he's been
think
plagued
that
by
would-
visions. You know,
Yeah.
he's going to have a lot of
But yeah,
demons.
Yeah, he finally purged the entity and was out of the circle long enough that by the time the cops show up, he's Connor again.
Yeah, and then the movie ends, and again,
And she's spooning her daughter in the pool.
she's and that's how it. And again, this is, you know, it's funny too because I watched this movie last night, and as soon as I shut it off, right, the coming attractions for I Know What You Did Last Summer or whatever the fuck that's going to be titled, cool, you know, came on, and I'm watching Jennifer Love Hewitt, and you know.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, what are you waiting for? And I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, here we go again. Let's rehash a franchise. Let's bring it, you know, decades later and let's kind of go down the same path. But I just watched a fucking original fucking movie with a great idea with this. And again, it's the indie filmmakers that are doing this. You know, it was one of my hot takes before with Odd Sam. Stop rehashing shit, right? We talked about it, Dave. You brought it up. Stop the whole franchise. You know, it's like these are the movies that I want to see.
And don't get me wrong, because I know we got called out, or at least I know I got called out in that moment too. You know, talking about like, oh well, you know, we need Saw 11, and it's like, I hate the fact that I'm not quite there to boycott rehashed IPs. I'm very close, but
I'm there.
We get a
I'm
Saw
kinda there.
11. Yeah, I kind of have to go see.
I'm kind of there. You
and
know,
that's
again,
the problem. If asses are in seats, they're going to keep making them. But
let's rank this. I know we're time sensitive here, so on our Sunday morning coffee talk with the
Coffee.
horror nerds.
and yeah, that coffee's finally reached the departure. So yeah,
Yeah.
this is perfect timing.
So Dave, you go first.
I told myself walking out of the theater that I'm right. I got my rating down to a range. Second watch, I'm gonna confirm it. second watch, I'm still not sure. I'm going to say like a 7.5.
Okay.
Like, I really liked it. I was going to say, I don't know if it's going to break my top 5, but again, this year there was probably 5 good movies. So I think it's going to be in there by default. But yeah, right now I'm going to say 7.5.
Okay. Okay. Danny C?
So I kind of feel like this was a lot to digest, and I didn't even know how I felt after I watched it. I thought about it, and I think that's what, Joe T was even mentioning before when, he originally saw it. So, I was landing in at 7.5, more 7.5 than anything out of 10. It's just, you thinking about it, re-talking about it, the little nuances throughout the movie hit. You can pick up on it easily. You didn't have to try and figure out, well, did they mean this or did they mean that, or how the director interpreted it. And I enjoy those type of movies where you can kind of have your own feelings about it. So, yeah, I think 7.5 was where I would land as well. I watched it once and that was it.
Okay.
And this was, real quick, I thought this was like the perfect mix of how we had the debate a while back about, do you want to be spoon-fed what's going on, or do you want ambiguity? And this walked the line. They gave you the pieces to figure it out, but they didn't here, this is what this means.
Right.
They told you what was going on, but as long as you're paying attention, you'll figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like that it found that happy medium of, you didn't get either extreme in that case.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I let the cat out of the bag a little bit at the start, right? I love this movie. I love the originality of it. I loved how it impacted me. I love the story. I love the idea, the graphic scenes. I mean, these guys do it better than anyone from a self-mutilation perspective. This one is, and I know we got Weapons coming up. We got Hell House, Lineage. We got some movies that we're waiting on. But this is right now the best movie I've seen this year, and this movie I am going to rank a 9.
Okay.
This hit on every element for me, and again, I was probably an 8.5 coming out of the theater. Second watch boosted me to a 9. I absolutely love this movie, and I'm excited for what these guys do next. I mean, they're building a track record here. With Talk to Me and I'll Bring Her Back, and
yeah. And it's still early enough though. I'm like nervous. Like, yeah, I definitely want to see anything else they do, but it's like, all right, are they really this good, or did they just have 2 good ideas? And like, it goes back to the Shyamalan thing. You see Shyamalan's first 2 or 3 movies, it was like, oh my God, this guy can do no wrong.
Yeah.
And then you find out he can, and yeah. So now I have that caution with these guys. They hit it out of the park twice.
If they do it a third time, though, then it's confirmed.
Yeah, I'm excited for what they do next, but I'm also scared to death about what they do next.
Well, Jordan Peele was the same way, right? I think everybody was on his nuts after Get Out came out, and then...
Yeah.
And it sounds like by Nope, a lot of people were like, eh.
See, I enjoyed Nope, but
Nope.
Not a lot of people did.
I still haven't seen it, but it sounds like the enthusiasm for Jordan Peele dipped heavily after Nope.
Yeah.
Everybody was all in with Get Out and Us.
Get Out and Us were 2 really good ones, and and I think you're always going to pale a little bit in comparison to those, but listen, I love this movie. Again, for those that haven't seen it, I think now it's just starting to start streaming on where you can rent it. It's probably still up there, but
that's how we watched it.
But yeah, of course, I rented it 3 times. But and now if I saw this VHS box back in the day, mom and pop video store, it would catch my eye. It would.
The poster is really good.
The poster's really good too. So.
And I still have never watched a trailer for this, but after I watched it, a lot of people were referencing the trailer, and between that and the poster, I guess they kind of marketed it to, or at least as this was a demonic kid that was fucked in with a family.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw the trailer or if that's okay.
I did not.
But even looking at the poster, you think it's okay, it's about this fucking kid that they want to keep, literally keep the demons at bay. Yeah. And I'm kind of glad I didn't see any of that. I went in solely on, it was getting buzz, and it's the Talk to Me guys. That's all I knew about this.
Yeah, I watched the trailer, and it didn't ruin it for me at all. But yeah, it did play out, to your point, Dave, like that.
It was supposed to be, it came off like it was about Even though he was a heavy player in the movie,
Yeah.
but it wasn't focused on him directly.
And right at it again, and I know we're pressed for time, but right at it again, even when the credits start, when this movie starts, you get the VHS tape, you get the ritual, right? You see some creepy shit going on there, right? But
and then it immediately jumps to Piper hanging out the bus stop. It was
exactly.
That was like some barbarian level fucking switch up.
All right, guys. Well, listen, that was Bring Her Back. We waited a while. I think we all agree that we all love this movie, and it's gonna hit in our top 5. I think with Joe T as well. I'm pretty sure if he was here with us reviewing this, he'd say the same, because I know this movie really had him thinking a lot.
He said right out of the theater.
Yeah.
And I don't think he would reiterate how much he wants to talk about it if he thought it was dog shit.
Yeah, we'll get his thoughts on it. Our next recording, we'll allow him to rank it and say a few things on it, since he couldn't be here with us. So
yeah, he gave his blessing. Go on without me, guys. Yeah. And he said he will address everything he needs to probably at the year end.
Yeah.
Year end. All right. He's gonna wait a little bit. He better watch it again then.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
I know I'll see it at least one more time between now and then. So.
Yeah. Same here.
This is one that I will definitely go back and watch. This has a lot of rewatchability for me.
Yeah, it's not a comfort movie.
No,
but it does have rewatchability.
There is nothing fun about this fucking movie at all. It is dark, disturbing, and tragic. It's a tragic movie. All right, gentlemen. So, with that said, to all our listeners out there, be well, be safe.
Peace out.
Stay creepy, everyone. Later.
I gotta work on my Zoom gang signs.
There you go.
Dude,
all right, guys.
Broadcast completed.
You've been listening to What an Excellent Day for a Podcast. Be sure to come on down to excellentdayforapodcast.com, where you'll find our entire catalog. And for your convenience, every episode contains a link where you can text the nerds. Want to throw some praise? Some critique? Perhaps you have a suggestion for a topic you'd like to see us tackle. But while you think about that, you could also check out the connections to all of our socials, including our YouTube channel. Give all them a visit. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with everybody you know. And for those feeling a little extra generous, there's also a button where you can support the show in other ways. Every bit of support helps. Well, that's it for this episode. And remember, stay creepy and keep talking some damn hard.